Hello and welcome to our vibrant Memorial Day feast where neighbors gather to share the love of good food and great company. Today we're spotlighting a crowd pleaser that's bound to make your taste buds dance. The smoked prime rib, which is universally adored for its buttery flavor and melt in your mouth juiciness. But did you know there are various ways to prepare it? One method that truly locks in those heavenly flavors is smoking it. And guess what? It's surprisingly easy, even for beginners like me. This is one cooking method that can really lock in some delicious flavors, so you'll end up with a juicy plate full of prime rib meat in the end. So let's explore how you can make a delicious prime rib dinner at home with your smoker. Don't worry if you haven't used a smoker or you're just getting a smoker. This recipe is perfect for beginners just like me. So, what is a prime rib roast? A prime rib roast is the meat from beneath the cow's ribs. When sold in smaller portions, you'll be familiar with it as a ribeye steak. Prime rib is known for having beautiful marbling that delivers a rich buttery flavor and incredible juiciness. So, we know what it is, we know where to get it at our favorite grocery store, but how do we prep it? So that's our next thing. Before you can dive into making the perfect prime rib, you need to prepare the meat. This step can seem a bit odd at your first time out, but once you get used to the process, you'll be able to prep your prime rib in your sleep. Now, before we start to prepping the meat, you want to get your smoker heated up. So you're going to preheat it to 225 degrees. I recommend using some cherry pellets, but you can use whatever your favorite pellets are. So assuming you've already done that, or if you haven't, and need to run out and get it up, you want that smoker to be ready to take this meat when we've finished prepping it, all right? So I'm going to show you how we prep the meat. Up here in my corner, you see my beautiful prime rib. And it is just marbled. Look at all of this delicious marbling in it. Now, it already came cut. The string. We're going to remove the string that the butcher put into it. And for our ingredients, it's really, really simple. All we're using is a quarter cup of salt, sea salt, a quarter cup of ground pepper, and an eighth of a cup of garlic powder. That's it. Those three ingredients, and that's how we're going to season this meat up. So, taking a look at it, I want you to get your sharpest knife, and we're going to take the meat, and you're going to turn it on its end, and about a quarter inch, you can see where the bones are right here, about, an inch from that. You're going to take your knife, and you're going to start to cut in. And you're slowly going to cut along the rib meat, down, 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 down. There we go. So you don't want to cut it off the bone. You want to make sure that you leave some of the bone here, all right? And then we're going to take our seasoning. So we're going to start off. Let's call this the mouth. We're going to start off, and we are going to season this like crazy. Lots of seasoning. This is your rub. All right. Turn it on its side. Same thing. Lots of seasoning. You cannot over season this, so don't worry. This is a 2 rib. You can buy bigger, of course, smaller. But you are going to season this entire thing, which you have brought to room temperature, and you're going to just season all over. Sides, the inside, the back, the top. And once we've got that seasoned and going, lots of seasoning. Don't worry about it being too peppery or too salty. It's not possible. Nope. And I am going to take another thread. So just like this thread that we just cut off, we're going to reattach to make sure that it all stays together. So we're going to take one string, put it in the middle of your board, put your meat on it, and You're just gonna wrap it back up, same way it was a minute ago, all right? If you twirl this a couple times, like a knot, make it tight. There we go. And then you are going to complete your knot. Thusly. Can't believe I just said thusly. All right, so let's get that going. All right, make this tight. Knot in, and there we have it. All right. Underneath this, I'm just putting a sprig of rosemary. That's just because I like rosemary. And we're going to cut off this extra twine. And our meat is ready to go to the smoker. Now, I already have the smoker going. You can see it right up here. I gotta get used to which corner my corners are in, all right? So, but I've got my smoker right up here. It's out in my backyard. So I'm gonna take the meat out there. It is already at 225 degrees. And bring that out there. I'm also gonna get my thermometer. My grill has a special thermometer that I can use inside of it. If you don't have, if your smoker doesn't have an attached Bluetooth thermometer, you know, get one or just continuously check the temperature of your meat. All right, so we have our temperature probe. Ouch. We have the meat, which you can see right here. And we've got a grill going in the back there. And I'm going to take this out to the back. Follow along with me, and I'll be right out there, all right? All right, so here we are. Whoops. Here we are. We've got our meat already made. I've got 225 degrees on my smoker. I am going to insert my thermometer into here. I am going to put the thermometer in the deepest part of the rib, and I'm going to place it inside, rib down. Underneath of this, I have put a metal pan, and that metal pan is to take all the drippings, and we're going to use the drippings when we're done and put some red wine into it and come up with a great au jus for this. So we've got it in, temperature gauge plugged in, and temperature at 225 degrees, and we're going to do that for 3 hours. Now, I want you, well, 3 to 4 hours. You're going to start checking that temperature right around 3 hours. You don't want it to be more than 110 to 125 degrees. That's going to give you medium to medium rare. Anything above that temperature, and you're really going to regret, because you're going to lose all of that great buttery and tenderness that goes to it. You're going to overcook it. So we're going to let that go. I'm going to come back in a couple of hours. We're going to check on it, and then we are going to have an amazing meal. So we'll be back in just about 3 hours. Until then, keep smiling, keep cooking. Happy Memorial Day, and I'll be back with you just shortly.